Hi guys, welcome back to another P3D version 5 video. Today we'll be flying the FeelThere ERJ145 extended range. I only have the extended range on the 135 package, so that's the reason. Otherwise I would be flying the 145. As that one does have a lot of more liveries available. So if you're thinking about buying the ERJ, buy the 145. Just because the delivery availability is so much better. And I am let me see, I'm moving my browser here. I think you can get the 145 from their own web page. I think that might be the only place to get it, and they usually have it on sale, so might be worth checking out. As you can hear, I'm still sick, so I'll try not to talk too much, but what can I say? Probably want to get a sound package as well. I don't have one for this. I only have some mods for the interior, nothing too fancy, but it might be good to get a sound package. I have that for the ER, the 170 to 195. I have a sound package which really enhances the immersion. In terms of flying, we're flying from San Francisco to Reading. We have the flight beam San Francisco, so a great looking airport. And then we have the Orbex Reading with some tweaks to get it working with the True Earth North California, which is what we also have here around San Francisco. So it's quite interstate domestic flight, so to say. And be aware, I haven't flown this one basically at all, mainly because of the livery availability. I just don't like flying with kind of the house livery, even though, I mean, it doesn't make too much of a difference once you're in the cockpit. So I haven't flown this one a lot, so we'll have to follow the checklist from within the game. I am gonna check if we have the manual. Yeah, we do have a nice operations manual. I'll just show you. 80 pages, so I think this one is usually quite good. You can see like the checklist, what you need to do, and it should have the limitations. Maybe it doesn't. Let me just check. Checklist might be that we don't have the limitations. That's a bit unfortunate, because that usually does help quite a bit. You do have a payload manager as well, but I think you need to do this before you get started, so to say. Specifically with the kind of the payload, I don't think you can change I don't think you can change once you're in the game already. As you can see, I only have the 135 and 145, not the 145 long range. I just have the extended range. So I'm gonna go OK. We'll have to set it through the sim. We can do that first, I think. Let me just check if we have anything in the game, just so I'm not missing something. Nope. What's T then? T is the trust rating. Okay, but this is a pretty good ERJ. At least when I talked to an ERJ pilot, he said that this is, I mean, with the realm of reasonability, it's a good model. FeelThere were known to make the best ones, but they're pretty decent. Let's see, 0 fuel. We should have 5. So not that much fuel at all. I'm not sure where you want to put them in terms of the center, left, and like that distribution, right? Do you want to have anything in center? Or we're just gonna keep it like this. We are a bit above the weight we should be at, so we just decrease the passengers a bit. And then we can increase them a tiny bit, then we should be kind of with our sim brief flight plan. So there we go. As you can see, the external model isn't the best. It really shows its age. Could also be delivery. This one would really need some PBR treatment. If I ever get into that, this one will be one of the aircrafts I'll try to PBR. But you do have the pilots inside the cockpit, so that's nice. I think you have a cabin as well. Maybe that's from the interior now that I think of it. But yeah, so not the super best, but not the worst either. And let me just jump quickly inside. As you can see, it's a pretty decent inside. Most things are in 3D, so these knobs are in 2D. But it's pretty decent, and you do have actually the cabin. Here we go. So it's on there from the inside of the plane. So that's pretty cool. Not the best textures, but still, you know, I'll give them that. This is a pretty good cabin considering the age of this add-on, right? And you even have some of the wings, right? So that's cool. You can get set up some nice. Let me see if I have any nice viewpoints. Nah, nothing for the back, but okay. Yeah, that's cool. Let me just close the door. We don't have a lot of passengers, just 49. So this should be relatively quickly. Oh, one thing that's bad with the FeelThere Embraers, you don't have any thing to control the doors. So you just have to open them with Shift E. You can probably add something to control the doors, like a specific window. But I just haven't had time to do that. Let's see if you can open any other doors. Could be that it's only... It might be that it's only the front one you can open. I'm just gonna check if it did even open. Yeah, so that one did open. Okay, so that's also a bit sad. I'll have to have a look at that. Maybe the manual will tell us something about the door. No information in the manual, unfortunately. In terms of the manual, let me just see if we have the checklist here. 68. Yeah, here we go. Okay, so let's get started. Simplest thing is to get the batteries connected. We have the GPU as long as the brakes are set, so I need to remember not to touch my rudder pedals. And you can see it's starting now. We don't have an auto thrust on this. Auto throttle. In terms of the changes in the cockpit, I think I have better night lighting, and then this one was changed. So here I actually do have some of the limitation speeds. This was used to be some really low level, like a really low resolution paper. So this is much nicer to see, right? Even though you can't exactly see what they are, but like Mac trim, maximum recommended crosswind. So this is actually useful, right? I hate when they put like papers that are not useful for the aircraft in the planes. Yeah, let's get the boarding started. Actually, flying United Express. I only think I have a United safety and boarding, but that should be good enough. And we are flying 141 to a cruising altitude of 22,000. Shouldn't be a too long flight, but let's see. Yeah, sorry about that. Let's see, we have the ERJ. We're not that many passengers, 49. You can see the kind of layout. We are doing United, safety with United, and then we can start that. Let's see if we even have the right boarding for GSX. 49 passengers. Let's do crew as well. Okay. No request for crew. I think the checklist is shift 6. So we can.
Cold and dark checklist.
So sorry for the volume will be a bit higher. What does he want with the APU? Oh, he wants to start that already. My God, he is quick. Let me see, avionics master. We can put those on. For some reason I don't think I have an active that's odd, I need to fix that. My A rack is a bit outdated on this one. Trying to figure out why. I'm pretty sure I updated it, but okay. Not the biggest problem, we'll have to fix that. Let's go to position in it, we'll just load last position. You can see these are kind of synced, so that's a bit sad. But not the worst. Hopefully it hasn't changed too much. I'm just afraid of the flight plan, right? Specifically with the runways, and we're flying runway with the SIDS and stars, because those do tend to change. So we're flying runway 1 left. That one still that seems to be correct. DHDH. We can activate that. And then we have a via. No, we have a direct to RBL. Okay, so that's good. And then we actually have a direct to R. And I'm gonna try to see if you wanna do the not the performance in it. I'm trying to remember which one. Here we go, arrival, right? And we're not doing an approach, we're just doing runway 34. Let's do ILS. Any transition? Well, let's see. I am gonna try to set it up with pilot TDC just to check what it suggests. I'm gonna import the flight plan. Let's see here. Let's see. We're in the totally wrong place. So here we are. And we can do the SID. Do we have a trans here? Yeah, I think so. Like that, right? Which we can check now. In terms of approach, we want to do the ILS. ITMOR could be one. RB could be the other one, but that seems a bit... Now's the time to get out any last-minute text messages if you need to, but we ask that once we depart from the gate, you put away any laptops or tablets. Thank you, and welcome aboard. I'm trying to think what's the... This would make more sense. Yeah, this will be a better approach, I think. I'm gonna connect. Then I'll move this away. And that was it more right. And we can activate that as well. No. What did I do? Now I went... yeah, I need to do the departure one again. One left. Yeah, let me change the 80 so we don't have to listen to that. We'll do truck 2, DHD, SR trans, activate. Then we want to do RBL. And then we want to do it more. Let me try to just populate it directly in here. There we go. Much better. And now let's just go out and have a look. I wonder where they connect this truck. We do have the passengers boarding though, so that's nice. GSX2 working at least. Let's have a look at PAC-XC. Let's check boarding.
Are we almost done boarding back there?
Okay, 1 minute, so that's gonna be a quick boarding.
Let us know if you need anything.
I'll file our flight plan as well. And then let me ask for IFR clearance, so we have that. United 4003, ready to copy IFR clearance. And what's our climb?
United 4003 is cleared to Kilo Romeo Delta Delta.
And our squawk,
with the DID transition.
I think that's connected through
through
the plane.
We're ready to go when you are.
Let me just check.
Clearance is 6 minutes after departure. Departure on
I don't think the weather radar works, but let's have it.
Squawk 3413.
It works in the original one, but here is our TCAS. 3413.
Altimeter is 299er ground on 121.8 United 4003.
So that's our squawk. In terms of our altimeter, 299er5. Let me see, and you set it. Where do you set it now? Here, right? There you can press standard. Let me see if you have some of the front also with this one. So the front isn't, but you do have quite a bit of the external model on the sides. I can't see it now because the jetway is in the way. Oh yeah, but you can see there's the wing. Let me get started with the, because I think the boarding is wrapping up quite quickly. Sorry about that. If we then start with the first one, so dark and cold.
Cold and dark checklist, APU.
So APU is the first question. And APU we have here. So we can start there. I'm not sure if you need the pumps to start the APU with this one. Doesn't look like it. Not sure if that's correctly implemented.
On. Emergency lights.
I don't think you can remove the yoke. Okay, APU, fuel, low pressure. Okay, it was the fuel was low pressured. I'm gonna close the door. just so I don't forget that. Emergency lights should be armed.
Armed. Avionics. Master. 2 on.
They're on.
FMS.
So we need to just do the first things here. So performance in it. Let me see if I can find our optimum altitude. We are gonna do the dew point. 12 cruise winds. I'm guessing that's at altitude. In terms of fuel, that's the amount. Passengers, we have 49 of them. Not sure that's the amount. Let me see how much we are now. Gross weight 45. We should be a bit less, so I am then let's do 48 so we get a better. There we go. Now this should be.
Initialized.
We can
Speeds.
confirm it. Speeds, I think that's to set for takeoff, if I'm not mistaken. So this one. In terms of the speeds to actually utilize. Let me have a look if I have any good documents on this. We just had the E-Jets manual. Let me see. I'm just gonna write V1. Let me see if we have ERJ limitations. Manual. I don't seem to have to be able to find any. So you'd want to find like something that I mean, one option is that they have it as a. They don't seem to have it as a window. Here we go, airspeeds maybe. That's. I think I found something of this effect. I'm gonna save it though. Let me see if it has takeoff speeds though. Doesn't seem to have that. They might though. This is gonna be last, otherwise I'm just gonna put it in based on what I think is reasonable. Sometimes they do put it in the in a bad in a different folder, but doesn't seem like they have. Okay, so not a biggie. We'll just have to put it in ourselves. And now I'm trying to figure out how to insert that. So you need to add it here. So we can start with the V1 speed. Let me think. Would be nice to have those. Trying to find if there's any limitations, any good manuals out there, but I can't seem to find anything. I mean, not even the explain one. I found that manual, but not even that one seems to have the kind of limitations and for calculating, you know, the speed cards. Let's see, ERJ145 speed card. Let me see, checklist procedures. Here we go. I found it. Booyah. Okay, ERJ speed cards 135 and 145. Okay, I'm gonna need to drink something. Okay, so we'll do flaps 9. Start takeoff flaps, and we will we do have our, so this is what I found. This will help, right? Then we have the weights, and we are around this one. So this is very nice. So I'm gonna check now. We're doing, I'm just gonna do the first one, I think. So 127, 127, 127, and then 137. I'm not sure what the AP stands for though. I guess that's the gear up. So let's do 169. Let's use the VFS build for that. Okay, trims. Okay, between the green band, right? So it's quite logical. Well, to put it up a bit, like that.
Set takeoff data.
Takeoff data, we need to add that. And I'll just do that through this one, so we have 0 wind. Okay, and then we need to do some, let me see, ref. that seems to be set. Let me go to not data. Systems. Here we go. Okay, so we need to set these ones, the modes. And the way you control these, trying to figure this one out. How do you set those? Let me see. Oh yeah, the FADEC, that's the one. God, almost sneezed. Let me see, and the FADEC is located. I need to open this one at 2D in order to be able to see. The FADEC is here, right? So store. So that's fine. How was the temp? 18 degrees, right?
Enter. End of checklist.
There we go. I don't think we need anti-ice. Oh, in terms of lights on the outside, we can probably put on nav lights. Can't really see them though. At least not yet. Okay, next checklist, engine.
Engine start
wait,
checklist.
it's engine's ready to start.
Ready to start checklist.
Fasten belts, no smoking.
Okay, so seatbelt signs and no smoking. Where is that located on this one? It is here.
On. Red beacon.
Red beacon is there.
On. Fuel pump power. 2. On. Pneumatic panel checked. Emergency parking brake. On. Steering in outdoors.
And doors. Do we have an indication on the doors? No, one is. Oh, that was the one. So it does open. Okay,
Close.
that's nice.
End of
That's good to
checklist.
see. So you do have the doors working. Okay, good.
Morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome aboard.
I'm gonna ask the pushback.
41. Our flight time will be roughly 2 hours. Now that the cabin door is closed,
United
make sure that all devices are in airplane
4003,
mode and your large
ready for
devices are now
pushback.
shut down and stowed. Please fasten your seatbelt and make sure that all tray tables and seat backs are in a full upright and locked
Pushback
position for
approved.
departure.
United
Flight attendants, please
4003.
prepare cabin for departure.
And we're taking off from one left. So that's the one. I think that's the first one. Closest to us. And let me just go here and check that everything is ready for starting. We have takeoff config there. We're doing flap 9 takeoff. There we go, the start engine panels or switches. Let's go return here as well. Anything else we need to set? And we'll just do facing, so long push. Let's have a look. Looks like we're clear. I'll release the parking brake. Start at will. We'll start with engine 1, it seems. Not seeing any effects
please direct your attention
Shed
to the
bus
screen
1 and
for an
2
important
are
safety
off.
demonstration.
Oh, sorry,
Thank you
those
for
shouldn't
flying
be
with
on.
us.
We didn't have the GPU, but I don't think that's the issue.
Welcome aboard. Before we depart, please remove the safety card from the seat pocket in front of you and follow along as we demonstrate the safety features of this Airbus
Trying to think.
A320
Shed
airplane.
bus.
We appreciate your complete attention to this important safety information. If you're seated in an exit row, you may be required to assist the crew in an emergency. If you're unable to perform the functions described on the safety card, please advise the flight attendant for reseating at the end of this video.
Ah, you gotta be kidding with me. Did I?
Insert the metal fitting into the buckle.
I managed to break that. Of course, typical.
When the seatbelt sign is illuminated,
I always get confused with this one.
to ensure your safety, your seatbelt should be fastened at all
These things seems to be correct though, so that's
There
good.
are 4 exit doors, 2 on each side of the airplane, and 4 window exits located over the wings. Each is equipped with an evacuation slide that automatically inflates. Each exit is marked with a sign overhead. The main doors open by moving the large handle in the direction of the arrow. Open the upper-wing exits by removing the cover and pulling down on the marked handle. Be sure to jump into the slide with your legs in front of you. When you're on the ground, move away from the airplane.
Luckily you can do
In the
this
event
quite
of a water
quickly with
landing,
this one.
main door slides can be detached from the airplane and used for supplemental flotation.
Then we
Overwing
can
exits
go
should not be used in a water landing unless directed by a
landing.
crew
No, we
member.
don't need to do
Look around
landing.
to locate the 2 exits nearest your seat. In some cases, your nearest usable exit may be behind you.
In an evacuation, exit path lights
Arrival
illuminate
is
to
the one
guide
we
you
wanna
to an
do.
exit.
We have it more.
A life vest equipped with a water-activated light is located under
Like
or near
that.
your seat. It can be identified by a red tab.
Now I just
Do
wanna
not
double
remove it
check that
unless
we do
directed
have
by a
our.
flight attendant. If needed, pull the red tab to remove the vest. Tear open
The
the pouch,
speeds are still
remove
there.
and unfold the vest. To secure the vest,
This
slip
looks
it
to be
over your head.
correct.
Pull the straps from the back and attach the hooks to the ring in
Performance
front.
in it.
Pull the waist straps away from you
Fuel
until they are tight
reserve.
around your waist. In an emergency, exit the airplane and only then inflate the vest by pulling down sharply on one of the red tabs. If additional flotation is needed, pull the second red tab. You can also inflate the vest by blowing into the tubes.
If needed, oxygen mask will drop from above your seat.
Let me see.
To start
Or
the flow of oxygen, firmly pull a mask towards you to extend the plastic tube. Place the mask over your nose and
there we go.
slip the elastic
Fuel
band over your head
reserves.
and tighten the straps as necessary.
Just wanna
Although
take.
the bag
Yep,
is not
this looks
inflated,
good. Okay,
oxygen
good.
will
I
flow
think our
through the
flight
mask.
plan is
Secure your mask
still
before
looking
helping
correct.
others,
Now I need to
and
figure
continue
out.
using until directed by a crew member.
United Airlines is a
Maybe it was the
non-smoking airline.
packs.
U.S. law prohibits tampering with, disabling, or destroying lavatory smoke detectors.
I
U.S.
think
law
those
also
are
requires
supposed.
customers to comply with all lighted signs, placards, and crew member instructions. Please ensure your carry-on
What am I
items and tray
missing?
tables are stowed, your seat back is in its full upright position, headrest stowed,
I'm just
and
gonna.
your seatbelt is securely fastened. Be sure that
I'll wait.
laptop computers, cell phones, and all personal electronics are turned off and properly stowed. If an emergency evacuation becomes necessary,
So what's
leave all
missing?
carry-on
The
items
checklist
behind.
ain't giving us.
If you have any
I'm pretty
questions
sure the
regarding
check.
safety, please ask a flight attendant. On behalf of your flight crew, thank you for your attention to
We need
safety.
APU bleed, right?
It's our pleasure to have you on board, and we hope you enjoy your flight on United.
That might be the issue. There we go. The APU bleeds. Would have been nice if they provided that information somehow, but okay. We don't need that cover, so we can have those free. There we go. So that's starting engine number 2. Yes, you can hear the sound effects aren't the best, so I'm gonna get a sound pack for this for sure. What's it complaining about now? Let's start engine. Number 1 as well. Hopefully I'm not
Cabin is ready for takeoff.
missing something. Cabin is ready for takeoff, that's good. TCAS is off. So we do want to put that on. Let's see, we're now starting engine 1. You can see them spinning at least, so that's nice that it's modeled. We did this one, the exterior could really do with the update. Of course the interior as well, but more the exterior I would say. Let me see, maybe it's this one. TARA. Yep. Good, now we have the TCAS. And I'm just gonna check.
Engine start checklist. Engine 1 on. Engine 2 on. And
Oh, we already fixed that. That was a quick checklist.
Welcome aboard. Before we depart, please
Oh, that's the
remove
flight
safety card
attendant.
from the seat pocket in front of you and follow along as we demonstrate the safety
Interesting,
features
they have a
of this
flight
aircraft.
attendant.
We appreciate your complete attention to this important safety information. If you're seated in an
I'm
exit
gonna go
row,
with
you may be
flaps 9
required to
then.
assist the crew in an emergency. If you are unable to perform the functions described
I'm
on
gonna
the
put
safety
nav
card,
mode
then please advise
on
the flight
here.
attendant for
Well, let me see, I think we need to have the
reasonable
flight
assistance.
directors on.
To fasten your seatbelt low and tight
Then we
against
can
your
go
lap,
nav 1.
insert the metal fitting into the buckle.
I
Tighten the
do
belt by
think you need to
pulling on
select the
loose ends.
source, right?
To release your seatbelt, lift up the buckle flap.
So you have the nav.
The seatbelt sign is illuminated. Immediately be
We want to
seated
do
in the buckle.
FMS.
To ensure your safety, your seatbelt should be fastened at all times when you are seated.
Ah,
There are 2 exit doors
God,
in
I
this
hate being
aircraft.
sick.
Each exit is
Not the
marked with a
easiest
sign
time,
overhead.
you know, man
The
flu.
main doors
It's a real
open by
thing.
moving the large handle in the direction of the arrow. Open the
Let's go to
overwing
flight
exit
plan with
by
this one so we
removing the
can
cover
see it,
and
that we're
pulling
following
down
it
on the left
correctly.
handle. When you are on the ground,
In
move
terms
away
of the
from the
zoom
airplane,
on
look
this
around
one,
and
I
locate the
think
2
you
exits
zoom
nearest
through
your
here,
seat.
right?
In some cases, your nearest usable
Now
exit
I went a
may
bit
be
too
behind
far.
you. In an evacuation, exit path lights
It's
will
beautiful
illuminate
airport.
to
This one I
guide you
love
to your
landing
next
at
stop.
San
Seat
Francisco.
bottom cushion
It
can
just
be used
looks
for flotation and
amazing.
water landing. To use, pull the seat from the seat, put your arms through the
Whilst we
straps,
wait
and
for
hug
this
the cushion
lady
to
to
your
talk
chest
her
as
thing, let's
shown
have a
on the
look at
safety
our.
card.
So yeah, it looks pretty good
If
weather
needed,
at
oxygen
Reading
masks
as
will
well.
drop from above your seat. To start
That's
the
nice
flow
to
of
see.
oxygen, firmly pull the mask towards you to extend the plastic tubing. Place the
I'm
mask
gonna
to
assume you
3000
want to
now.
have the
Put
packs.
the elastic band over your head and tighten the straps as necessary. Although the bag does not inflate, oxygen will
And
flow
the
to the
bleeds.
mask. Secure your mask before helping others and continue using
Then
until
we can
directed
shut
by crew. This is a non-smoking
the
airline.
APU,
The
right?
law prohibits
Let's see if we
tampering
can do
with,
the fire
disabling,
test.
or
I
destroying
don't seem like you
laboratory
can do
smoke
that, so that's a bit
detectors. Law also requires
bit of a
customers to comply
sad
with
thing.
all lighted signs, flag cards, and crew
In terms of
member
lights, the
instructions.
taxi lights should probably
Please
be
ensure
on.
your carry-on items and tray tables are stowed.
That should be
The seat back
sufficient.
is in full upright position.
I'm gonna ask them to put on their seatbelt sign.
Cell phones and all personal electronics are turned off and properly stowed. If an emergency evacuation becomes necessary, leave all
Let's see.
carry-on items behind.
So we're doing
If
double
you have any
safety, I just
questions
realized.
regarding safety, please
Oh yeah,
ask
here
the
we have
flight
the trust
attendant.
ratings.
On behalf of your flight
Let me
crew,
see if you
thank
can.
you for your attention. It is our pleasure to have you aboard, and we
Like
hope
where
you
do you
enjoy
see
the
if you
flight.
change?
before takeoff checklist.
Okay, now.
Exterior lights.
Strobe. Okay, that's
On.
why.
Transponder. 1 TARA. Flight controls. Checked. Radar.
We can start taxiing now. Radar. Stand by. Here.
Standby.
Takeoff configuration.
Checked. End of checklist.
I should actually have a look at that if you could get the radar through the gauge, through the Roland gauge to work in this, because I think both this one and the Embraer have the same issue. in relation to that, they do have working radar, but when they because these are both the ERJ and the other one, they are both version 4 native, so they were not, in that sense, they were not able to get that to work as they should have. So that's something interesting to be aware of. United 4003, ready to taxi. Or sorry, not interesting to be aware of, but a limitation, right? So I'm gonna have a look actually if I can put in, because he made a gauge for the for the majestic
Taxi
one
to
with
runway 01
radar.
left United 4003 tower on 120.5 United 4003.
Okay. And I think this is sufficient. I don't think we need more runway than this. Let me see if the tiller works well as well. Yeah, the tiller looks pretty well. The taxiing is a bit quick maybe. United 4003, ready for takeoff. Let's start the landing lights. United 4003, ready for takeoff. Ah, what's the problem? I'm at 01 left. Let me go to the back, see if that triggers the pilot to ADC. Could be that they want us to. I should probably ask for like a mid runway takeoff. I think the pilot ADC system is quite smart. It's just like it does exactly what you tell it to do. Now let me see if I can maybe request a takeoff. There we go. Just needed us to stop.
Contact tower on 120.5 United.
Okay, I'll put nav on. We have altimeter. Do we have any advisory VF? No, doesn't look like it. United 4003, ready for takeoff. So yeah, shouldn't have gone to the on the runway, but
cleared for takeoff. 01 left squawking 3413 United.
Let's see.
Takeoff. Okay.
Takeoff okay, that's good news. Hydraulic pump select off. Those should be auto, yeah. That was a miss from my perspective. I think everything else is looking good though. So let's do a takeoff. And now I'm trying to think, does this one have a takeoff button? It could be that one, right? Let's try. Okay, let's go forward. Okay, takeoff. Or is it that you press here?
Speed alive.
Okay, I'm just gonna... I think we're kind of at the right speed now. Let's make sure we stay on the center line. Okay, 80 knots.
V1.
Rotate. Yeah, let's rotate. Nothing too crazy. Oh.
Positive
We
rate.
are climbing. Okay, getting gear up. Now you can see beautiful San Francisco to our left.
Gear up.
Flying quite nicely. I think we can go Flap 0 already. We can follow the nav. So we get that on the flight director. Don't think this one has, oh, yaw dampener should have been on. That should help quite a bit with the flying.
Departure on 135.1 United 4003.
We can set a speed for it to hold once we climb. So now
Departure United 4003 climbing to 10,000.
gonna go autopilot. And let's see if it will now maintain a certain speed, or try to maintain. So this is like the hold mode. We're still following the LNAV, so that's good. You can see we're climbing now. And yeah, there to the left you have the beautiful, I think that's the Golden Gate Bridge, right? Beautiful San Francisco skyline. Some boats, a lot of traffic here. Some airports. I think we're flying over the Oakland airport, which I do have a freeware for, so I can actually fly to that one.
15,000 feet center on 119.47 take care United 4003.
Okay, 15,000 feet.
Center United 4003 climbing to 15,000 feet. Altimeter is 2993 United 4003.
Some things that don't work, you can do the test with the oxygen mask. At least it's though in the cockpit that you can see. Let me now see if we do climb. Now it changed, perfect. So the thrust rating works, and that's nice to see. I do wonder though, can you hide the yoke? Let me see. There's two different models, no joke or yoke. Not a big fan of that, but I like that you can see the yoke, or you know, choose to remove it. The taxi light should be off. The landing light should be off. As you can see, we're climbing over beautiful San Francisco Bay. I think you have like San Jose here as well, all of that. Huge area, right? Like a lot of people live here. You know, San Francisco, Oakland. Yeah, very interesting. I think San Jose is the one a bit more south, right? Yeah, it's like at the just there at the end of the bay. Okay, we're flying quite nicely. We can increase our speed now. I'm thinking 280 knots. So it's quite almost like an auto throttle, right? Even though it isn't. It's just a hold mode. But quite fantastic that it can do that. In terms of our limitations, let me see if I have cruising, or if I only had the landing and takeoff limitations with this one. Only seems to be landing.
Center on 127.8 United 4003.
But yeah, it flies quite well, and you know, has quite nice system. I would still say this is a plane the hull of very good, or hull of good. With maybe a bit of more texture, it would be the hull of very good. but I mean it holds up very well considering the age of this product. It's like 15 years old. But it's amazing that you can fly like in a modern game as P3D.
Climb to flight level 190 United 4003.
Never put that on. 190. Let's climb a bit more. Let's also have a look at our oh, is it because I'm at the why can't I control the... Here I can. Oh, it's because the weather radar. Let me just quickly see if he has anything to say for after takeoff checklist.
Landing gear, up, flaps, up, thrust rating, climb, overhead panel, checked, altimeters, set, and
there we have top of descent. That was a quick checklist. We're climbing to 22,000. I'm just gonna set that in because we're gonna be given these climbing clearances as we go. Here you can really see the kind of red thing that some people complain with the tour California. I don't mind, it's not that bad. I mean, it still looks really nice, right? Okay, and
Transition altitude.
transition altitude, so we can go to standard bar reference. To 0 climb.
Flight level 220 United 4003.
There's no rain effects on this one, or on the windshield. That's also good to be aware of. Actually, the ERJ is actually one of the planes I'm looking forward to if there's a new version for X-Plane. Because they have one by X-Crafts, right? This one. But I think it's only for limited compatibility. Yeah, so not. So they're soon probably gonna do the ERJ with a bit of an update price. But you can see it's pretty cool. You have rain effects. Pretty nice, you know, with the takeoff modes and stuff. It looks a lot better. Probably better livery availability as well. Let's see if there's any other specials on sale. I'm gonna move this away so you can... the Concorde, but I do have the FS Labs one, so I don't need the Collimata. And sorry, by the way, I'm drinking a lot of water just to be able to keep speaking, so if you hear some annoying sound, that's me gurgling water. Okay, so now we're getting up to our altitude. And I think, let's see if it does this itself. I'm gonna put this on cruise. You can see the vertical speed decreasing. So I'm a bit interested in seeing. I don't think we can hold the speed mode.
Center on 132.2 United 4003.
Let's see, where's the...
United 4003 climbing to flight level 220.
I can put those brighter. Where's the panel lining? I guess it's those ones, but they are not... but they're probably functioning, but... yeah. Okay, let's see, so speed mode is off. We'll be gaining quite a bit of speed since we're not climbing anymore. The cruise mode though should help us stabilize, but let's see. I'm quickly just gonna go to the back. I wanna see how it kind of looks from the window view with this one. It looks pretty good. I mean, they have implemented it better than a lot of the modern ones, right? You can like easily zoom into the window, see a bit of the outside. Might not look the best, right? The quality and textures are a bit low. God, this must be cramped to walk in. Not the best place to work as a flight attendant. Even though I've heard the ERJs are really popular with the pilots flying them compared to the CRJs. So there we can see the wing. Let me see if I can save this as a new view actually. Camera. Let's call it wing view, and then we can oh, now we change the captain view. Well, we do not need the right seat one, so let's go get back with this one. Thought that would save a new one. I actually like the X-Plane camera system better in terms of how you save. I don't have chase plane, right? And I've been using it now for a bit of time. Just fooling around with it, and you can set up some really nice views. So let's get back and let's try to save back the captain position, since I managed to screw that one up. We're a bit low, so let's increase a bit. Let's try to find a good view. I think this maybe with this zoom this could be a good view for the captain position. So let me save, call this captain and save. Now the presets should be working as normally, which they do seem to do. In terms of the arrival, we can do the landing one. Put in the data for KRD, 344, 17 degrees. Like that. Then we can have a look at the speeds. Where do you set the the V? Let me see, VREF. That's the MFD and speeds. Should be there. Okay, well, let's see it. quite beautiful. I think we're holding the speed up quite well. I'm a bit afraid always flying these, even though we do have the thrust rating, right, selected. Like, what if we go too fast? But we can, of course, always pull back on the thrust. We're soon at our top of descent. So I'm just quickly gonna go and check on my dogs before we do the descent planning. So be right back.
Invert at 7,100 feet and descend via the invert transition for the ILS approach to runway 34 to cross double head or above 3,000 feet. Altimeter is 3000 United 4003.
Okay, I'm back. Let's have a look at the charts for landing. I'll also open the limitations. We'll do a flaps full landing, I think, just to have as much leeway as possible. I'm not sure you always do that, or if they do the 22 as well. The ILS is 1.8. What approach are we doing? 16 or no, 34? Yeah, we're doing 34, right? Okay. And what that means is that we have a localizer 187 346 just trying to make sense of our approach, right? Because we're now going 3-4, right? So what's that are we going like the other way around? Is that it? Oh yeah, that's it. Damn it. Let's actually pull back quite a bit on our throttles. Let's ask for a direct vectoring.
United 4003 inbound and flight level 220 requesting radar vectors for ILS to runway 34.
Yeah. Let's see.
Heading 335 vectors to the ILS approach for runway 34 United 4003.
And we can start descending quite a bit. We're gonna have to do a bit of a quick descent. I need to get down that altitude. We should do like 4,000 feet. We can't descend much faster than this. Let's see if it has. Oh, it does have slats. Let's use the speed brakes. Let's use those. I'm gonna quickly check again the 187. Now where do you put in the... Here we have the nav. Or do we have the nav? There we go. Now where do you see the landing frequency? 187. Yeah, there we go. Okay, good with a course of 3, 4, 6. Or 6. Will be way too high for this approach. I'm gonna do a circling maneuver. That's why I should have done the RBL transition. I don't know why I didn't think of that. I thought I was going the other runway, runway 16, right? Or maybe we'll actually make it. Let me put it back.
Heading 335 United 4003.
We're descending quite fast. What's our 29908? That's the Barrow. Check Barrow setting. Yes, we should have.
340 United 4003.
We need to put on our lights.
We have begun our final descent into your destination. Flight attendants will be passing through the cabin to select any class one final time.
340. Yeah, we need to slow it down.
4003.
Let's see.
3003.
Let's actually put on approach. The way you would do that is press nav.
Altimeter is 3000.
There's the air runway, so we're very high.
4003. Tower United 4003 inbound for ILS approach runway 34.
Why is vertical?
ILS approach to runway 34 will call when established on final United 4003.
We need to set the barrel ref as well, right? That's 700. Now where do you put the decision height on this one? Vertical mode is off. Let me have a look. It's still not turning quick enough. Oh, there we have the, so you can set the barrel reference, right? I'm gonna do the autopilot off.
Autopilot.
Let's see if I can change this though to it shouldn't be RA, right? It should be the barrow. Probably some setting also why I didn't get the. I'm really messing up the nav ones. But if I remember correctly, with the Embraers, they have a specific way of doing it. Still not sure why we're getting the VREF.
Landing gear. Landing gear.
Oh yeah, landing gear, that would be good.
Landing gear.
But as you can see, it kind of works quite well. I think everything is kind of correctly simulated. Just my ignorance to certain, like how, for example, to get the
Approaching minimums.
Clear to land runway
how to put in the
4003.
VREF speeds and how to set the nav. I thought it was just switching the source, but I think there was something else that I needed to do. Okay, let's see. Yeah, looking pretty good. Or maybe a bit quick for a ERJ.
100.
Okay, we're floating now a bit. That will do. The thrust reverses will get us to a stop quite quickly, luckily. Let's brake as well. It's quite a nice one to fly, this one.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived at our destination. Please remain seated with your seatbelts fastened
Gentlemen, we
until
have
we
reached
stop
our
at the gate
destination.
and the
The
captain
local
turns
time is
off the
12:11
We
p.m.
hope your flight
and
was
it's
a
currently
Start
about
the
Thank you for
APU.
flying
53
with us.
degrees
Hope to see you
Fahrenheit.
again
You
soon.
can now use your mobile devices.
There we
Please
go,
remain
it's
seated until the
getting
air traffic comes to a complete stop and the seatbelt
close to
sign is
landing
turned
lights and the
off.
strobe.
Remember to use caution when opening the overhead bins as items may have shifted during the flight.
I am wondering though why I couldn't get this one. Maybe it was because I didn't do an ILS, right? So if I change the... Let me show you. So if I change from... You have FMS or you have nav. Okay, so nav... It should have worked though. And then if I do approach... VAP. So let me see if I... I mean, I couldn't get these calculations to work either, so that was a bit of a problem. Because you would want to put in the V speeds, right? No, nothing there. Checklist, no. Well, yeah, not 100% sure how that works. At least I showed you kind of the plane as general, like how it works. It does work quite well. Most things make sense, just read the manual. I haven't flown this one in a while, right? So that's some of the errors. And then of course with the hiccup on the approach, going with the wrong transition. Luckily this one is quite nice to fly, and it was able to descend quite steeply. Not sure if that's correct, but of course, yeah, with speed brakes fully extended, you're creating a lot of drag. I think we now have the APU on, so that's good. Let's just taxi to our stand. But yeah, basically you need to switch the source, that's what I remember, and then you need to somehow, yeah, I don't know. My god. My memory isn't as good when it comes to this plane. But at least I mean, like, the thrust rating that worked, the FMC worked, the nav mode does work. I know it because I've done it before. It's just me who's setting it wrongly. Yeah, we even had that. Oh wait. Could it have been that that the frequency was wrong? Oh, that's nav 2. Sorry, here's nav 1. No, the frequency was right. God damn it. Me trying to solve something I'm not certain about. Could have also been here, right? If the landing wasn't... But yeah, minor inconvenience. As you can see, it's not a big airport, Reading. I like it though because you can do these short hops. I usually do the -8 and I fly from Reading to San Francisco and back. That's quite a nice flight. I need to do one. As you can see here, we have a -8 here, a static one. Let's see where we can park. Maybe on the next one. I think that's park gate 2. Let's see if we have United here. Yeah, we did have United Ground Express. So we'll park at that one. I really like the Orbx, kind of these small airports. You know, with the people, it just looks alive. That's always nice to see. So let's turn in here. Cross a bit before we do that main turn. Yeah, he's asking us to calm down a bit. Yeah, we're gonna stop here because you are giving us the wrong instructions, man. Then I think you stop them just like, oh no, wait, maybe it's not like that. How do you stop the engines on this bugger? Could it be just to cut off the fuel? No, that just gives the low pressure one. I'm gonna do the gust lock. Let me see if I can find my manual for how to shut the engines. Start stop to stop. Okay, so these should be in idle position. There we go, that was the problem. So gust lock, idle position, and then off, stop. Which makes sense. Good. Let's just open the door so we can see our landing rate. Put the seatbelt sign off. We have deboarding, 213. Oh, it's okay landing. The passengers were satisfied even though we had an abrupt descent. I guess I never put off the seatbelt signs while we were in the air either, so that does help. If we do an instant replay, we probably need to do 360. A bit more maybe. 440 should maybe do it. No, we need more. Let's do 560. Don't we need the gear? Yeah, there we go. Might be actually really nicely tied to a replay function. So let's see. You can see this beautiful. I liked Reading because you have the beautiful mountains surrounding it. So it's like a really nice. And it's just nice, you know, with the trees and stuff. Then I do have some of the Reading city. I don't have as much as if you use the ordinary scenery, but I want it to kind of mesh with true Earth. So I have to put some BGL files to off. In terms of our approach, first off, we only find the poppies. I was descending a bit too much, but was able to kind of stabilize it. We should be getting 2 poppies pretty soon if I remember correctly, right? Now that's 1. You can see we're a bit low. Quite a bit low actually now. Thought we stabilized it better, but let's see. And there we flare too much, so we flow it a bit, but not too bad. And then we land with the right and the left, and then the back, or the front maybe. Sorry, the front wheel. Can we see any other? I think the thrust reversers are active, but you can't see anything. You can see the speed brakes though; those are up. So yeah, overall nice landing. This is a nice aircraft. I don't think I did it justice because I haven't flown it enough due to livery unavailability, but hopefully once I get the ERJ145 I'll fly it a bit more. That one has quite a bit more liveries, so I can do some more fun ops. But yeah, thank you for watching. Please, you know, leave a comment. And if you have any questions, yeah, feel free to ask them. I'll be happy to help. And other than that, yeah, nothing else. Have a good rest of the day. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.